we're back with another episode. Yeah, ready? Okay.
My name's Alyssa.
Yeah.
My name's Alyssa. Oh, what are you watching?
Not a goddamn thing.
Me neither. The Miss Pat Show. Are you ready to jiggle? Hey, I got my hands up high, my feet down low, and this is the way I jiggle. Jig.
Hello, jig, jig. Hello.
Jig. Hello, jig, jig. Hello. Hey, this is Alyssa.
Yeah.
Hey, Alyssa.
Yeah.
Are you ready to jiggle?
Hey.
You're supposed to say the rest.
I don't know the rest.
I put my hands up high, my feet down low, and
That's
this
the way I jiggle. Jig. Hello, jig, jig. Hello, jig. Hello, jig. Yeah, break it down now.
Is that your beatboxing?
I wish I could beatbox.
Me too. I really do. All right, you want to do the intro?
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone.
Hey.
Happy Tuesday. It's me. It's her. It's the Face Off podcast.
Absolutely. Welcome back, y'all. Yeah, glad to have ya.
Glad to have you. How you doing? How was your week?
That's great. That's great to hear. Oh, you were talking to me. Sorry.
What?
I thought you were like pretending to talk to me.
No. I mean, I am, but what the fuck?
Sorry. Do I have like Oreo cakes in my teeth? I don't, right? Okay. No. Anyway, my week was great. How was yours?
This is going to be a fun episode. I'm exhausted. My week was fine. I just got back from Austin. I was at a bachelorette party for one of my friends, Molly. Hey, Molly.
Yeah. Hey, Molly. Yet again, another friend. This girl keeps talking about everybody else with these bachelorette parties. And she has like 30 friends that are getting married. It's ridiculous.
The wedding tour of 2022 ends in September for me personally, and I am very excited. Yeah, love these people, love celebrating love, but your girl's tired and broke.
It'll be another group.
No.
Right after them.
No. It comes in waves?
Yeah.
It's trash. I mean, good for y'all. So happy y'all are getting married, but god damn. It's a lot. It's I'm not young anymore.
No, you're not. You're very old.
I cannot rebound like I used to. I'm so tired. I left Austin at 11 o'clock this morning, drove straight home, plugged in my phone, took my ass to bed.
As you should.
And slept for like 2 hours.
That's it? Girl,
yeah, I had shit to do.
Oh, I was going to say, I would have at least had a good, 6-hour nap.
No, dude, but I just can't. I'm yawning at the club. It's embarrassing.
That's how you know you're almost 30.
I know.
That's how
it's going to hit me bad.
Yeah.
Well, and then on the weekends, I don't take Vyvanse, so my brain's like, what is this non-stimulated life you're trying to live? It's like 7 p.m. I'm like, whoo, my oh my. Should we drink some coffee? Do we need an energy drink? Let's perk it up.
Yeah, let's go to a party, and as soon as you get there, your social battery just dies.
Yeah, I'm like, I could be at home.
Yeah. Well, I got my, my week was okay. It was whatever. Anyway, I did get my electricity bill for those that were wondering, since I had to get a whole brand new AC. Yes. My new utility bill just came in, and I don't understand how my utility bill is this high, especially when my AC was not working, but I guess because the fan was blowing for 48 hours.
It's just turning over.
Yeah. So I have a new bill for $374. So...
Yikes! Yeah. Do they have Klarna Afterpay?
Listen, something. I'm gonna have to strip a little bit or something. I'm losing weight every day, so yeah. So if y'all want to donate my Cash App, no,
that's insane. But why do I have to pay to not get heat stroke?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, electricity should be free. Aren't we trying to go into a green society and have, solar energy? Yeah. That shit should be free.
There's some solar panels on my shit.
Listen, solar panels are like
hella expensive.
A Jeep Wrangler. I mean, it's insane.
Jeep
how
also,
expensive they are.
Ow.
You can pull it off. I know you're trying to.
Jesus.
What did you do?
I just, with the.
Oh.
Why are Jeeps so expensive?
I have no clue.
I'm not paying $45,000 for a Jeep.
Yeah, and then they have they don't even have automatic windows. And I'm like, if I paid $40,000 for a Jeep, it better do everything for me.
It's a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
And they flip over. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess the customization of it, you can really take it apart from the roof to the tires and stuff.
That is true. The cool thing about the Jeep is you get to be in the little Jeep club that everyone gets to be in, do the little Jeep wave. And
they sing, they what do? They duck you. They get they leave ducks for each other.
They leave ducks on your shit.
Yeah.
Everyone who has a Jeep is friends with everybody else who has a Jeep.
Very true. I think it's cool, especially when the girls, the women, they have women Jeep clubs or whatever, and they all come out together and you see how they customize. And I'm talking about these candy coated Jeeps and shit.
That's kind of cool.
Fuchsia pink and purple. And I think it's really, really good. It's almost like a bike club, but just for trucks.
Should we get a Jeep?
I mean, I don't want to deal with that gas.
Put the face off on the side?
I just paid my car off, so no.
Damn. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was the same day that my AC.
Oh, this went to shit.
But, I mean, I'm happy because I got my title and everything. However, I'm riding this until the wheels fall off for real this time. Because the last one, the transmission was fucking up. Anywho, neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. That's not, knocking on wood. Anywho, but yes, my week was good other than that. Anything else for your week?
No, that's it. Just
wedding season?
Wedding season. Man, working for the man is hard.
Yeah.
In this economy.
Yeah. Didn't you say you had a dream? Oh, do you want to talk about that on the podcast?
Oh, yeah. So I've been having some weird ass dreams lately.
Are you pregnant? Oh.
Fuck no.
Pregnant people have weird dreams. I've heard.
Like, no, absolutely not. I refuse. It's so hot. No. And I'm so broke.
It's too hot to be pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, no. Babies are a gift, though.
Yeah.
I've been having crazy ass vivid dreams, and I usually don't dream. Like, I have little, like, snippets of dreams that I remember, but nothing big.
Yeah.
I have now had a dream about, I told you I had a dream about snakes.
Yeah.
Like, I was in a house and there were snakes some fucking Indiana Jones shit. Snakes everywhere.
Gotta watch your circle, girl.
Then I had a dream that everyone at work was up and quitting. Like, we were all like, fuck this, we're quitting.
Like the Starbucks people?
Yeah,
just
basically.
Walk out?
I'm having some vivid ass dreams. And I'm thinking the snakes mixed with the dream about, and I had a dream that someone broke into my house and changed all the locks.
On you?
Yes. I had a dream that I got home and like my whole place had been like all my shit was moved. It was my place was trashed. And that the back door was busted and someone changed the lock from the inside to the outside. So like the lock locked on the outside and that they had changed all the keys. And that later, like I was freaking out. I was calling the cops. No one was worried about it. I didn't want to stay in the house by myself, but no one seemed to care. And then that night I had like, my back door was glass and I was home and I could see people standing outside and I was like banging on the door trying to scare them, but they were like coming inside. They were not scared.
What was the last? Did you watch anything before you went to bed or ate
anything
sweet?
I haven't been watching anything crazy. I was drunk because I was in Austin.
That might be it.
But it was just a vivid ass dream. And this girl had a gun. I just remember her having a gun and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get to my phone to call. Like I have to call the cops or someone because they need to know that these people are about to fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But I just like the vivid part was that they changed the locks.
Do you feel stuff in your dreams? Like, can you actually feel in your dreams when things are happening?
Yeah.
Like physical touch, you can feel that in your dreams? I do too. I had a dream like that last night and there was this guy, I don't know who he was. Maybe it's my husband. I hope so.
Maybe.
Because the way he was touching on me in the dream. Anyway.
Oh, I don't have dreams like that.
I do. So like there was
I did.
For some reason my back was like in the middle of my back was very sore and we were sitting somewhere very close and he literally like turned me around and like pressed in the middle of my back where the area was and I literally woke myself up and I was just like, ow! And I was like, fuck, that really felt like somebody touched me in my back.
So then maybe no, I don't think I have it as like very strong as that. I have more of like I can feel my anxiety. The emotional feeling of my dream is super strong. Like I'm in it.
You should wear your Apple Watch. I wonder what your heart rate gets up to.
Dude, I thought I was gonna die, so it had to be high. The snakes was weird too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm in a toxic situation is what my Google search is telling me.
Like at home or just in life?
Just in life. Because if you see snakes in your dreams and you're scared of them, it means you're either around someone who's toxic or you're in a toxic situation.
You're 9 to 5.
Then I had a dream about quitting my job. And then I had a dream that someone broke into my house, changed the locks, and tried to kill me. I'm just saying.
It's probably a patient, so I think you need to change job.
Something ain't right up here.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I do have vivid dreams where I can feel physical touch in my dreams.
Weird.
Like and it's not just sexual, but if I hug somebody or we're just playing around, having fun, whatever, I get into a car, like I can literally feel me touching the handle of a car and opening the door, putting on a seatbelt, all that stuff.
I take that back.
That's why I think sometimes I'm like, am I in the Upside Down from Stranger Things? I don't know.
Chrissy, wake up.
I mean, I wake up thankfully, and I do have a dream journal. Like I speak out my dreams, but I also write them down. Mm-hmm. So that way I can remember them and try to piece them together.
I either don't dream or it's like the most vivid shit I've ever imagined in my entire life. No in between.
And eating sweets does not, or depending on whatever I watch, it does not depict what my dreams are going to be. So
is that a thing?
Yeah, it's been like that. Ever since I was a kid, I've had very vivid dreams.
Huh.
Yeah. And I have tons of journals where I just write down all my dreams and stuff like that. So maybe one will turn into a movie. Who knows?
Did you have a dream that little black boys and little white girls?
No, but I can tell you who did. Fisk University. Okay. Oh. Fisk University. If you guys don't know, it is FISK. Fisk University is an HBCU, a historically black college university. And they made history actually recently this week. They just declared their the very first gymnastics team of all the HBCUs or in HBCU history.
That is,
give it up for them.
Wild to me.
Fisk University.
To think that no HBCU had a gymnastics team until now. It's 2022.
Yeah, exactly.
We had Simone Biles and Gabby Douglas.
Yeah, but she didn't go to college.
That is true.
She didn't. Yeah, both of them. Neither one of them went to. I mean, at the time that they were.
Well,
competing.
I guess if you're any person of color, if you want to, or like any color of person, and you want to do gymnastics, you're probably going to go to a PWI who has like an established gymnastics program.
Yeah, and I think too because gymnastics is not one of those sports that. I'm not saying that a lot of girls don't do because they do. Because I remember my mom started us off in gymnastics. Me and my sisters, we went to gymnastics. I hated it. I hated it. I hated tumbling. She wanted to make us cheer. And I was like, I'm not getting a little ass skirt. Because I always thought I was big, even though I was small as a kid. But I didn't want to do that. It was too girly for me. And I was like, no, this is stupid. And so she put us in tumbling and gymnastics. And my sister that's right in front of me, she was the one who kind of took advantage of it a little bit. Well, she just did like tumbling and on a wheelbarrow or some shit. Anyway. But I think historically, gymnastics is very expensive.
It is. And I feel like a lot of little girls, quote, do gymnastics, but there's a huge difference between like taking gymnastics class and like doing true gymnastics. Because that shit's A, expensive, B, time consuming as hell.
Yeah. Like
you're always in the gym and that's.
And I think a lot of them end up becoming just like either dancers or cheerleaders, and so they get to utilize their gymnastics ability, by doing those particular sports. But
there's a lot of gymmy people in Texas. Texas is a big gymnastics.
There's actually a gym that's down. It's probably about like 7 minutes down the road from me, but it's what is it called, Powerhouse or something like that. That gym looks freaking huge, and it is packed every single day. Like every time when I wasn't working from home, I used to pass by that place and it was never not packed. Yeah. Like even on the weekends, that place is open. And I'm
One thing about us here in Texas, we love our guns and we love gymnastics.
And football too.
And football. We love flipping over shit.
And nasty ass barbecue. But anyway, neither here nor there. Y'all barbecue.
San Antonio just got voted the best barbecue in Texas.
Disgusting. I said what I said. Anybody who's from the East Coast, we know barbecues.
What the fuck is East Coast barbecue?
It's better than Texas. I can tell you that much.
I can't even tell you places on the East Coast with barbecue.
Any local gas station, look it up.
Gross.
That's the only barbecue you need to get.
No, dry ass barbecue.
No,
hell no,
it's not. I'm telling you, like y'all don't even have. Do y'all even get white bread with your stuff?
Yes.
That's the problem. Your bread's supposed to have a hue of yellow on it. That's how you know it's good.
What do you mean a hue of yellow?
That's the sauce. Y'all do that sweet and tangy bullshit.
Yeah, I do love a sweet and tangy moment.
No, I hate it. Oh, y'all sauce is garbage. But anyway,
what is no?
I'm gonna take you to Florida. And I'm gonna take you to the gas station where we used to.
First of all, here's something you should know about me. Don't care where I am, any state, any country. I'm not fucking eating shit from a gas station.
Trust me, you will.
I'm not. I refuse. And that's a hill I'll die on. And I know chopped cheese in New York is cool and bodega. Man, I would make an exception for a bodega. I would, because that's not truly a gas station.
Because you just want to sing the song? I went on my jury to the bodega. Is that why you want to do that?
I went on my jury just to go to the bodega. No, because the bodega is not the same. Like, my brother is the 7-Eleven pizza person. I'm all, I know. See? And that's the vibe the gas station food gives.
No, but it's not in the gas station. So they have, like, you know how people have, like, food trucks? This was, like, the unofficial food truck. So they literally have, like, their pickup truck, and then they have their smoker that's outside, like, on top of the pickup truck, and that's how they make the barbecue and stuff. So it's not inside the gas station.
You're eating some backdoor barbecue.
No, I promise you, that's how. If you go to South Florida has some of the best barbecue, but you're gonna get it at the gas station. But it's not in the gas station though. There's a guy who's, a black man. You can't even see his fingertips because but he's amazing. A
black man without fingertips sitting outside a gas station.
I was gonna say his fingertips are like all black and like brown and stuff because he's just been dealing with necrotic, but just he's been barbecuing the shit up his fingers.
Really selling it to me.
But anyway, it's really good. So you'll see it. But anywho, neither here nor there. Congratulations to Fisk University.
Congratulations, that's exciting.
You guys are the first gymnastics team of HBCUs. I'm excited for them.
Because the more brown and black girls they're showing in gymnastics, the better, especially floor routines.
Yes,
floor routines in the last 5 years
have been amazing.
So cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I think too, with social media kind of taking off, it has definitely allowed more access to them for us to be able to see that. Because I mean, usually you never really saw collegiate routines for gymnastics. I mean, I don't know that they show it a whole lot on ESPN. I don't have cable.
I need a documentary on all that. Remember the movie Stick It?
Yes.
I fucking loved that movie.
Yeah, I mean it's true athleticism. I'll tell you who else. It's kind of sad though. A true athlete, a powerhouse, a legend, a GOAT in her own right. Serena Williams has announced her retirement. I am just.
Bruh.
That is truly someone I thought would never retire.
Seriously,
on some LeBron shit, I thought it was just gonna last forever.
Yeah, she's 40 years old, and first of all, I'm 38. I could not imagine. Playing at that level.
Hell no.
And the thing is, like, I saw an old match that she did with Coco Gauff, who I think Coco is now, 16 or 17? Girl, please. I want to let her have it. And, no, Coco, you win.
Circles around.
Girl, no, I can't do it. No.
I remember watching her documentary, and even then I was thinking, like, girl.
She's amazing.
You are. It's amazing that you're doing this at this age.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost 30 and my shit's slowing the fuck down.
Listen, these knees are not making it the way they used to make it.
My lung capacity shot.
Right.
Arthritis abundant. There's no way.
And the crazy part is Venus hasn't retired yet. So I'm like, Venus, what the fuck are you going to do?
I don't know what's in these King Richard ass jeans they got, but.
He predicted it. I mean, I think she's won 23 Grand Slams. She's won 4 Olympic medals, which I feel like she's won way more than that. But I think maybe that's just her singles, because her doubles, her and Venus was always beating everybody across the world. But yeah, that's an era.
And she was in one Drake music video.
Okay.
A feat. She looked great in that music video. Nice for what? I watched it the other day.
So you reduced her down to one Drake
just
feature?
Elevated her.
Wow.
You were giving out awards, and I just wanted the people to know. Lest you forget, she was in the Nice for What music video.
Oh my God. I think her medals by herself make her,
you. Oh, God.
I cannot. Well, I'll tell you who else is leaving something. Did you hear about Angela Yee leaving the Breakfast Club?
Yee.
Charlotte McGay. DJ Envy, I do what I Zam is a bar Webby.
See, okay.
That's, if y'all haven't heard that interview with Webby trying to pronounce their names, it's fucking hilarious. But anyway, neither here nor there.
I've liked her because I feel like Charlemagne and
DJ Envy.
DJ Envy. Why did his name just?
I don't know.
And the only name in my head was fucking Paul Wall. What?
No.
That was so weird.
I love Paul Wall though.
Paul Wall.
Paul Wall, baby.
God.
Great. Dipping on fofos.
Great guy. Love him. Yeah. They always go off on some crazy shit, and she's like, be normal.
Yeah, she's kind of like
person.
The real producer of the show, like, because DJ Envy and Charlemagne, they have this bromance that's like unmatched, and a lot of times they go into these realms of conversation that are like completely offhand, and she's like, all right guys, let's be mature.
Or they'll like start saying some like horribly inappropriate shit, and she's like, okay, let's remember what we're talking about here.
So, well, she is leaving the Breakfast Club. She tweeted out and said the Breakfast Club as you know it is no longer, and people were just like, oh my God, finally she got kicked off the show, and blah, 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 blah. But it was apparently it was a marketing test for them, because she actually she's not leaving just yet. She actually got offered her own nationally syndicated radio show on Sirius XM, and so she'll be taking her talents over there to have her own morning show. Plus,
all the ladies will love that.
Exactly. She still has her podcast, Lip Service, so she'll be taking that over there as well. But she'll still be on the Breakfast Club until that deal, or until she's supposed to start, which I think is like somewhere.
She was like the soft part of the Breakfast Club that it needed, because it was just like
she brought the feminine energy, and to I think she was a great asset. But I think the Breakfast Club at large is really, I think they need to shift as how social media is. I think for Gen X and early millennials, we understand how important the Breakfast Club is. I think Gen Z a little bit more is just like,
they don't even know how to listen to it if it's not on Instagram.
Exactly. And I think too, like the nature of their conversations has changed since Charlemagne has matured, because Charlemagne used to be just crazy, the shit that he used to say on the damn show, and everything now is about therapy. How's your mental health? Let them deal with that with their damn therapist. Stop asking them that, Charlemagne. Just come in and ask about the music, the movies, everything. I'm blessed, highly favored. But boy, shut up. Nobody cares. Like, Jesus. It's just like, come on, bring the drama. But
you gonna
anyway.
make me my bottles with Charlemagne.
But yeah, I mean, I think that they're a dynamic duo, and I think they're a legendary duo. A dynamic trio, and I think that they're going to go down in, radio history like that. The magic and the chemistry of all of them has been absolutely amazing. I think things did change when that incident happened with Angela Yee and what's his name?
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane, yeah. there was a little tension. I think it's been off ever since then. But
I don't even know how to listen to The Breakfast Club.
What do you mean?
How do you listen? It's a radio show, but how do you listen to it?
You can go on an app, like whatever app, and you can tune into their actual station.
What app?
There's you can use like Odyssey, or you can use like what is it, Tune In, to listen to them. They actually are syndicated here in San Antonio. I don't know the actual radio station, but they do have a show here in San Antonio. But they also too, I look at a lot of their clips on YouTube.
I was gonna say I've seen it on YouTube or like the clips on Instagram, but I've never listened to it.
Oh yeah, it's a good show. I mean, it's literally just what they do. Like any other typical radio show. I think the biggest thing that separates them is obviously the radio personality and then how they interview as well. So because that was like the go-to radio station to interview with, and
hip hop, rap.
Yes,
R&B.
I mean Ebro and what's his other name there in New York? Ebro and whatever the other guy's name is, I can't remember. Anyway, they're a popular radio show as well, but the Breakfast Club is definitely, I think, especially in the generation that we're in, kind of set apart. If you make it on there, it's just like, oh, okay, you have a much broader audience.
Right. You know who else is breaking up?
Oh gosh,
you and me. No, I'm just kidding. Desus and Mero.
Bitch. I'm kidding. Desus and Mero.
Yeah,
really?
They're no longer doing the late night show. They're
for
going
people who don't know who they are. Who are they?
Desus and Mero started out. Did they start out as a podcast?
They did.
Started as a podcast. Two comedian internet personalities, but they got a show, which is so. I loved that show.
Which we're gonna be getting the show pretty soon.
Yes, we are. But they would just do like they would just bullshit like we do, and then they'd interview someone, and the interviews were always really funny because they had a table like this too.
Yeah, they did.
Are we the Desus and Mero Show?
I think so.
Good shit. And
we're not gonna break up,
had a late night show for a while, and they're splitting off to do separate things because they're pretty big now.
Did anything like any drama happen, or?
I don't think so. It sounded like they were just.
Because they were on Showtime, right?
Yeah, they were on Showtime. They've been together for a long ass time, but Mero has like 19 kids.
No way.
Yeah. Well, no, probably not 19, but more than.
Got a bunch of kids?
Yeah.
Let's 11 kids?
3 to 4 children.
Wow.
But yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know what they're going to be working on. I loved that. That was one of the first podcasts I really loved. And then, of course, The Read. Have you watched Rap Shit yet?
No.
I still haven't watched Rap Shit.
Neither.
And I see
I
Kid
just
Frey
can't.
post
Here's
all
the
the
thing.
time.
Here's the thing about Rap Shit. Okay, I already know what it's about. But also, too, I think Issa Rae, like, this is an announcement for Issa Rae. I think you need to understand that the audience that knew and grew to love the misadventures of a black awkward girl, and then you turned it into Insecure, we are still waiting for a second portion of that. And you ended it, and so we're just like, we're mourning, is what I'm trying to say. We're in mourning. So give us some time, and we'll get on to Rap Shit. I mean, well, at least me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. But
I need to watch it, but I just haven't.
I mean, it's just Carisha and JT. That's all it is. Or Young Miami and JT.
This is Kid Fury's first show, so I'm like,
Kid Fury is
want to see it.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it though.
Good.
But I just haven't started.
Issa Rae could fucking spit in a pot and I'd watch it.
Absolutely, she's amazing. Well, what were you telling me about Snapchat?
Snapchat is bringing a family feature for parents, as it should, because I feel like some weird ass shit happens on Snapchat. But it will allow you basically to see who your children are messaging.
Ooh, that's like good. Why wasn't that done a long time ago?
I don't know, but knowing me as a not parent, I know I would want to see what the fuck is going on because I'm just nosy.
Yeah, you know what weirds me out about Snapchat?
Huh?
Is like when grown ass men who are like in the dating world, and I'm talking about these are 40, 45-year-old men, and they're just like, yeah, if you want to communicate, hit me on Snapchat. Bitch, what?
No.
What is wrong? That's a red flag. Automatically, you're out of here,
Who
bitch.
the fuck is using Snapchat like that?
Oh, like grown ass men.
Absolutely.
Because I guess they want their information to delete or whatever. I don't know. But I'll screenshot the shit out of it and let you get it notified. Hey, she screenshot. I sure the fuck did, bitch. And I'm talking about you on my podcast.
I accidentally put my Instagram DMs in incognito mode the other day. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Incognito mode?
Yeah, it like the messages delete after a certain amount of time.
Maybe I need to do that with those scammers. Oh, you want to find a way to do Bitcoin and get $100 and flip it to 100,000? It's like, I hate that crap. That's stupid.
Yeah, but it will be called the Family Center. It's a meeting place for parents and children on the platform. And then a child must accept an invite before Snapchat begins monitoring the child on behalf of the parent.
What child is going to do that?
I don't know. And then
You gotta find your child's Snapchat name.
It would have to be like, I'm your parent and I'm setting up your Snapchat, and it has to be like this. But also, why the fuck am I gonna like? If I have to do this for my child, you don't need to be on Snapchat.
Well, here's the thing. I think parents, like kids, can do that now with their parents and still accept them, and they still would know what their children talk about, because the way they communicate with these emojis and different things, and IDK, my BFF Jill, like we don't know that language.
Well, I don't even think you can see what they're saying. You can just see who they're talking to.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So then, I mean, I don't know.
Do you use Snapchat?
Fuck no.
I don't either. I don't even have the app on my phone. So
no. And so I have my friends still use it.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently. So I just have a bunch of unread shit.
As you do.
As I do on everything. I know. That shouldn't be surprising. Yeah. I'm mostly on Instagram or TikTok. But don't send me a video on TikTok. Send it to my text. Because if you send it to me on TikTok, that shit's going to die.
Yeah, because I've sent her so many TikToks and I'm just like, this bitch is not responding. But she doesn't respond in real life. So the only time Alyssa and I actually talk is when we record. That's it.
That's how we keep it fresh. Keep it spicy.
We'll send each other like voice notes throughout the day. Like here and there, but it's sporadic.
I hope not sporadically.
It's because we don't work together anymore.
That is true. And speaking of crazy social media shit, did you see the mom and her daughter that were charged because the mom helped her get an abortion, and Facebook handed over the instant messages where they were talking about it?
No, they did not.
Yes,
fuck
dude.
You, Mark Zuckerberg. What the hell?
Yes.
Does he still own Facebook? If you don't own Facebook anymore, I apologize. But if you do,
I actually don't know. Remember all that weird shit that was happening with him on Facebook? Didn't keep up with it. Don't really care. But they were both charged for an illegal abortion. She was 17 years old, was pregnant, and so Facebook was handed a warrant and said, hand over the damn DMs.
Okay, so it was the Facebook Messenger that she used to communicate with her mom?
I don't know why you would use Facebook Messenger to communicate with your mom.
Yeah.
That's a little fishy to me, but to each their own. Every time my mom Facebook Messengers me, that shit goes to die somewhere.
I mean, I don't even think my mom knows how to use that, thankfully. But
be an adult and text me, you know?
Yeah, and if you don't have my number, you don't have my number for a reason.
Exactly. But that was in Nebraska, and the daughter had referred to the pills. Or the mom had told her to take, like, what are they called?
The abortion pills?
The abortion pills, basically.
So the mom got charged and the daughter did not?
They were both charged. The mother and daughter were charged with a felony count of removing, concealing, or abandoning a body, and 2 misdemeanor counts of concealing the death of another person and false reporting.
I'm not laughing because this shit is funny. This shit is sad.
But once they got those messages from Facebook, they were then charged with attempting an abortion at home at more than 20 weeks and performing an abortion as a non-licensed physician.
Y'all.
And this happened because one of the daughter's friends turned them in and tipped the cops off.
Fuck your friends. Man, I will beat that bitch's ass. Beat her ass when you see her in school.
She probably got pregnant by the boy that this girl liked.
Exactly.
I watch enough Lifetime movies to know that's probably on.
What is it, Pregnancy Pact?
Yo, what year did that come out? Because I remember that blowing my fucking mind.
I wanted to say that was like 2015, 2016.
Do y'all remember that Lifetime movie, The Pregnancy Pact, where all these dumbass girls in high school were like, you know what we'll do?
Was it like 9 of them?
We'll all get pregnant together.
So stupid.
That is how you know frontal lobe ain't developed.
No, definitely not. You need to get an abortion because you're not ready to take care of no damn kids.
That movie came out in 2010. I was in 10th grade. I was a sophomore in high school, and I was like, these girls are insane.
I was in my first year of PT school.
That is fucking crazy. How does it only have 4.8 stars? This is a fucking cinematic masterpiece.
Because everybody else was like, these stupid bitches.
I know. It's based on a true story for me.
Well, you know what's crazy is, I don't know if you've heard about the, kind of piggybacking off that, there was a story about this 10-year-old girl, this is all alleged just for the protection of the podcast, but it happened. Anyway, because they're in litigation now. But this 10-year-old girl, unfortunately, was sexually assaulted and was pregnant. And the state is now suing the doctor that performed the abortion on this 10-year-old.
Which is fucking sane.
Like, what is wrong with y'all's brains?
10 years old. What are you supposed to be doing at 10 years old? Like,
playing with baby dolls.
Painting your nails. Watching YouTube.
Playing Roblox or whatever the thing is. Minecraft.
God. Fucking 10 years old ass pervy people.
Like, but I think they're doing this shit to honestly just to make an example so that it scares other women into not doing it or trying it. But it's like they're gonna appeal it on the federal level and they're gonna be perfectly fine.
That's insane to me. Y'all are doing that. This shit is
it's
crazy.
Too much.
10 years old. If your daughter got pregnant at 10 years old, what would you know what I mean?
It's ridiculous. And then that doctor, for her to say, you know what, fuck these laws, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because she's 10. Yep. Her body is not even. Oh Jesus Lord. Anyway, what were you talking about? The girl who stabbed her boyfriend, the white girl who stabbed her African boyfriend. That it was in an outrage.
Do y'all remember? It took me a second because so many girlfriends have been doing crazy shit to their boyfriends lately. Do y'all remember back in March?
That was this. Oh yeah, what was this?
That was this year. We talked about this they always call her the OnlyFans model, Courtney Clenny, and she, like, they have her on video covered in blood, sitting there in her bra. She had stabbed her boyfriend. His name's Christian. He went by Toby Obumseli. He ended up dying later, and she's just covered in blood, sitting there. Then they arrested her, and she said she was going to kill herself. So then they took her to a psych hospital. Yep. And then the next day, she was out and at a bar drinking with her dad. And then kind of it died down. No one heard anything about it. And then it kind of became, people would dig up his tweets, and he said something about black girls, and then the whole internet was against him. But she was just finally charged with his murder. Good. Yes.
I hope she's in jail.
I think she is in jail. She was in Hawaii when they served her at a treatment center. I think she was at some kind of rehab for her mental health.
It's amazing how y'all murder people in cold blood, but then claim, oh, I'm crazy, I got a mental health issue.
She was in a Hawaii rehab center for post-traumatic trust disorder. I have post-traumatic stress disorder.
No, her boyfriend don't trust her because now he's 6 feet under.
Post-traumatic stress disorder and substance abuse. They went and they charged her, and now all these videos are surfacing months before she was arrested for his murder. She's in an elevator whooping his ass. She punches the screen when she walks in. She keeps going after him. He's trying to push her away.
This is why I will always say, I believe in men hitting women. If that woman puts her hands on you, knock her whole head clean off.
See, I don't know about all that.
Yep. Because every man has the right to defend himself. If he is hit first, you don't get to pick and choose how somebody defends themselves.
Well, and you even see in the video, she's continuously going after him. He kept putting his back toward her. She's just like trying to get her off and saying stop.
Exactly.
So I hope y'all charge her. That isn't seriously insane.
And I hope she goes to jail and that she's not able to claim this whole mental health bullshit because you were in your right mind. You knew exactly what you were doing. You know, and these videos show clearly that you knew exactly what you were doing. So
God, that poor guy, so young. Anyway, well, I'm glad they finally I hope she goes to jail.
Yeah, she needs to rot in jail. Well, I'll tell you who else is going to rot in jail for the rest of their life, preferably. So you remember the case that we talked about? It's been like a couple years now, but it's very fresh because they were charged with the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. And which is the black man who was minding his own business, and 3 white men decided to, stop him with their car and gun him down in cold blood. So anyway, they all got sentenced recently, which is great. So the father, who was Gregory McMichael, he got sentenced to life in prison plus an additional 7 years. Praise the Lord. And the son, who actually pulled the trigger and killed him, Travis McMichael, got life plus 10 additional years. And William Bryan, who was the guy who tried to claim that he just recorded it and that was it. He wasn't no part of it.
And that was it. That's even worse,
right,
I feel like.
Exactly. And because you stood by and you saw them doing this shit and you were in collusion with them, he got 35 years in prison. So I am grateful that they all got served and sentenced.
They all look like miserable, unhappy pieces of shit.
As they should. And you know what's crazy is they are saying that they were allegedly that they're afraid to go to prison because of fear of being killed. And I was like, wow,
oh, that's crazy.
I know another person who was afraid to be killed too.
That man that Ahmaud Arbery brutally attacked and murdered.
Exactly, who was minding his business.
That's so wild. Speaking of crazy people who are fucking in prison.
Oh Jesus.
Derek Chauvin, you remember him?
Oh, that piece of shit.
That piece of shit.
Who murdered George Floyd.
Mm-hmm. Fucking God. I still, like... Ugh.
What did he do?
This feels like a Matrix. Like, that was such an insane time. Anyway, at the facility that he was at, the what are they called? The people that
correction officers.
Rick there
Ross.
Were
both.
This is not funny.
No.
Black and brown correctional officers at the facility were told that they could not guard him. So they filed a racial discrimination suit, which they have now received like a $1.5 million settlement for.
And they still can't guard him. Which I think is like, tell me that white privilege exists without telling me white privilege still exists. This man is in prison for murdering a black man in cold blood, taking a human life, and he still gets to pick and choose who guards him. What kind of bullshit is that?
They're like, well, you know.
But here's the thing: if they were gonna kill him, they would have already done it. Like, they still have access to you, so it's not like they don't have access to you at any given point. I mean, correction officers, correct me if I'm wrong, are still understaffed. So if they want to get you, they would have got you.
You're still there to get that check.
Yeah,
it's a job.
They're gonna let you rot in there. They ain't gonna bother you.
No,
they're not gonna bother you. But
everybody else can take care of that shit. The people who are already in there for life are gonna take care of that shit.
People who are in got 3 life sentences, they'll take care of you. But the guards ain't. They already getting underpaid anyway. They ain't worrying about you.
Yeah. So I guess back in May of 2028, correctional officers of color were all banned from guarding him.
Something must have happened.
There must have been some I bet you someone said some racist ass shit.
Or they were just like, haha, get your white ass up in here, bitch. We gonna make you our bitch. Like something. Or they put a murderer in there with him or something. Something had to happen. Yeah.
Or he was a little fucking baby bitch and was like, they were gonna kill me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're already a police officer anyway, so you already know how it goes. Here's my thing. Don't murder people in cold blood and then talk big shit and then you get in prison and you want to be a little bitch. No, keep that same energy.
And guess what? Now you're even more understaffed because I'm sure those men are never gonna fucking work again.
No.
I would have taken that money and quit immediately.
Well,
even $1 million divided by 8.
Taxes,
it's still...
They probably got like 10 grand.
I would still take a nice vacation. I'd still say, fuck this place, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try somewhere else. Well, I'll tell you who might be looking at a prison. Hopefully, we hope. We'll see how it goes. Please, FBI, don't fuck this up. So, in the news lately, Trump has been... everybody's seeing it everywhere where the FBI got a warrant signed by a judge to raid Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Florida. And they found, allegedly, some documents that were classified that should not have been there. And these documents allegedly contains information regarding the United States nuclear weapons and all that kind of stuff. And so they're looking at some charges. Nothing has been filed as of yet, or he hasn't been charged with anything, but they're looking at like charges of like espionage, treason and all that good kind of stuff.
Espionage sounds so fancy.
It does. And so apparently, too, that the FBI has allegedly been... looking at trying to test for fingerprints or dusting for fingerprints on these pages, because if people's fingerprints who are on these pages, they did not have the highest clearance, then that's also breaking the law and they shouldn't have been able to see or access these classified documentation. So what I think was hilarious in the news lately was regarding the situation, how all these Trumpers are like exposing the judge's address and basically doxing him, and even the agents that serve the actual warrant
that
themselves.
Did their job.
Exactly. They've been doxing them, and doxing, for those of us who didn't know what that means, I didn't know what that meant until a couple weeks ago. Anyway, that means that they basically have shared their information, their personal home address, their phone numbers, all that kind of stuff, which is insane, sending death threats and all that bullshit. There was a guy who went to the FBI and started shooting in the FBI, and they killed him immediately. But anyway, he said that he was doing it in the name of Trump and all this bullshit. But Hillary Clinton, I don't care how much y'all hate her. I think she's the pettiest person, and I love it. And she started selling her emails, caps and baseball caps and her shirts. And Trump has been basically pleading the fifth on everything, even though he says, well, if you're not guilty, why are you pleading the fifth? So
because you're not supposed to talk to cops. It's like rule number 1.
That's very true. And don't let them offer you anything to drink.
My thing is, I'm not saying if I had the ability to be close to these kinds of documents that I wouldn't.
Oh, I'd be selling them too.
Thank you. But I'm saying I wouldn't keep them in my house.
No.
I just need everyone to do a little better.
At least Hillary put them on her server. And she was still the Secretary of State. So it made sense for her to have these classified emails on her server and back up her server. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. I didn't get the whole deal with the whole emails and shit. So what?
I feel like there's worse things happening in worse places.
Yeah, but you selling off America's information? Come on now. Allegedly.
Remember that time that y'all were spying on us through our laptop and phone cameras and microphones and had all that information? I feel like that was appropriate. That was some shit where we should have been like, well, let's go after him.
What I think is serendipity, we talked about this before, that word. Serendipitous is that he put in, when this whole thing happened with Hillary with these emails, he signed an executive order that basically made it a felony for members of Congress and all this other kind of shit, that when you no longer hold these positions, you cannot have these classified documents. And so now your own executive order that's still in place, mind you, is now coming back to bite you in the ass. And, you know, all this stuff about you saying people pleading the fifth. Well, you pled the fifth for 40 minutes when they were interrogating you, but you talk shit about Hillary Clinton, who sat through how many hours of interrogation? With only some water? Guy didn't even give her a cookie or nothing for her blood sugar.
As a shit talker myself, I can see this exactly happening to me. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. But
see what happened to you.
Like, I would talk mad shit about someone, and that exact situation would happen to me, and I'd be like, God damn it.
Okay. Stuck now. Yes, I'm a hypocrite, and I don't give a damn.
It is what it is. I say what I said.
Exactly. That's crazy. Well, what were you telling me about? No, I don't want to go into that. The polio vaccine, or the polio vaccine. Not the polio vaccine.
We're going to cut that.
Yeah. What were you telling me about Guillain-Barré and COVID?
So I had a patient this week that was young, healthy, 40 years old, healthier than I am. She like teaches bar classes. Have you ever taken a bar class?
A bar class? What is that?
Yeah, like bar, Barre.
No.
It's like Pilates with a ballet bar. It's like these insane micro pulsing movements of your muscles, and your legs and ass just like are on fire and shake the entire time. It's one of the hardest exercise classes I've ever taken.
That sounds painful, and I don't want it in my
life. But so this lady teaches these classes, so it's very fit, active lifestyle. Got COVID, now has Guillain-Barré.
Is she allergic to like eggs and stuff?
Well,
and the flu shot?
We didn't get that far. No, she's not allergic to anything. But I was reading the doctor's note, and they were saying, you know, this is post-COVID Guillain-Barré, which is becoming more and more common. I had no idea, but this is happening.
Are you sure it's not polio?
I don't think it's polio.
Okay, because polio's back. Just in case y'all didn't know that.
Also, I thought we eradicated that shit. How the hell is polio back?
New York, fucking New York. They just,
back again.
This is why New York is always destroyed in movies.
I'm afraid to get well, I can't get polio. I'm vaccinated, right?
You can still get it.
I had a patient with polio the other day, or like old polio.
And
her
polio,
arm doesn't work. She got a gimpy arm.
Yeah, because it causes paralysis.
Man, I'm not trying. Listen, I don't want monkeypox and I don't want polio.
Well, here's the thing. So polio making a comeback and is now in New York and other places. I had a teacher, actually, a professor in college, she was a survivor of polio, and she walked with like a residual not foot drop, but foot drag. And cutest little thing, she's passed away now, but she was the oldest person to actually receive a PhD from Florida State University. Anyway, R.I.P. Dr. Betty Lynn Way. Anywho, So yeah, I kept seeing all this stuff about polio and whatnot, and they were just like, if you've already been vaccinated, get your boosters, blah, blah, blah. So of course,
polio
I'm just
booster?
Like, yeah, I didn't even know there was a booster, and we work in healthcare. But here's the thing. I called my mom, right? And I was like, hey, I know it's been 38 years, okay? But can you tell me if I've been vaccinated from polio or not? And she's like, I think so. She was like, if it was a requirement for you to go to school, then yeah, you got all your vaccines. I was like, but specifically polio though, because I know some of the other ones, but I just don't remember that on my records. And so she's like, if you needed to have it for school, you got it. So I think so, yes. And I was like, oh, okay, cool beans. So I think I'm vaccinated.
She was like, I did what I had to do to get you up out of this house.
Exactly, because I didn't want to watch it for 8 hours a day. So
surely we were vaccinated against polio.
I think so.
I'm about to pull up my shot record because y'all are making all this shit come back up.
For real.
I've had it. I've had it, Chris. I've had it.
Yeah, but people have died from polio, and it causes.
It doesn't sound fun.
No, it causes paralysis, and the thing is, it's almost like ALS to a degree because your diaphragm can become paralyzed, and then you can't breathe,
y'all.
Because your diaphragm is a muscle, just in case you didn't know that. So, yeah, so it could cause breathing issues and stuff like that.
This shit was I feel like eradicated in the 70s or 80s, right?
I thought it was eradicated in the 70s, honestly. Maybe even the 60s.
Back. Everything's just coming back this year.
I would say for sure polio was eradicated in the 70s.
We made it through a pandemic just for all this shit to come up.
Well, we're technically still in it because everything keeps coming back and...
Did people just not get vaccinated in the last 2 years because the world was shut down?
No, I think they were like, I did read this one article, and by article I mean TikTok, where they were talking about how no, this was on Google actually. Source. This was on Google Scholar, and basically this one article.
Sure it was.
No, it was.
Sure it was a fucking peer-reviewed article from the last 5 years.
No, it was a longitudinal study, but it was on Google Scholar, and TikTok. It was just the first one that came up.
BuzzFeed article.
And I'll pull it up for you, but they were talking about how the last vaccines for polio were basically distributed or were like required in the year 2000.
What?
So I was like, I mean, they still have them, but like the requirement, just because I guess maybe there's a certain amount of time that you still have to give them or whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, I do remember getting a polio. I think I did.
I want that cited, please. APA.
And why do I have to cite it? I didn't write the article.
Because you need to cite your sources.
www.google.com/scholar and look up polio.
Nice.
Just type that in
one word,
quotation marks,
polio,
and it'll bring it right on.
Got it.
For you.
I don't know. I just could have sworn that everyone got that shot so we wouldn't get polio anymore.
Yeah, well, the fact that people are getting I mean, is there a number of people? Is that a thing now where people are getting Guillain-Barré from COVID?
So I didn't. I thought it was just this specific patient. When I was reading all the doctor's notes, they were saying they were making it sound like this is a thing that is happening, that patients are getting. So I don't know if it's like, you know how people were getting COVID and then having aneurysms and shit and strokes because it was fucking with their blood vessels.
Yeah.
And we were all thinking maybe they were predisposed to these things, but something about COVID, like the people who were going to be allergic to heparin, but they had never gotten heparin before.
Yes. And
all these things were happening. I'm wondering if it was like people who might have been predisposed to something, or this is like an inflammatory response to the COVID.
Yeah.
But it's just so Guillain-Barré. This is weirdest.
It's coming from vaccines too, because I mean, if you're allergic to the flu vaccine, then you can potentially get Guillain-Barré.
Yeah, but this isn't from the vaccine. This is from COVID itself.
Well, I think the problem is it's mutating so much.
I know. Well, the only thing is like, it's doing shitty things to everyone, but it's all different kinds of shitty things.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, everyone who gets COVID gets this like scarring on their lungs and that sucks when we're dealing with it. It's like people who get COVID are now having like, you know, aneurysms, blood clots, Guillain-Barré, random shit.
Well, this is why the disability community is kind of like, haha, now you bitches see what we go through every day, because it's a mass. I mean, COVID has been a mass disabling effect, unfortunately, and you know, people are just like, well, I'm having these issues, and it's like, yeah, walk a day in the shoes of somebody with a disability, and you will understand how like blind we've been to
Agent
them for all
Orange
these years.
Shit, so weird.
Oh, that's horrible. I've seen people with effects of Agent Orange when I used to work at it. Anyway, neither here nor there. What did you tell me about Britney Spears last thing before we go on to?
Yo, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Britney Spears and K-Fed, but she was posting stuff about her kids. The internet was coming for the kids, so K-Fed decided on behalf of him and his family he was going to post these videos that his sons have recorded over the years of Britney Spears when they're with her. And I think it was an attempt to make her look bad, but it just made her kids look like assholes.
Yeah, and her look like a parent.
And her look like a parent at her wits' end. As someone who, like, my brother and my mom had split custody of my brother. And I don't know if you've ever been around a child who has split custody, but they come back from the other parent's house acting a fool, like a straight asshole.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is exactly what this sounds like. And she sounds like a mom who's like, this fucking sucks. And
she sounds like a mom who actually disciplines her child.
And they were just talking mad shit to her. Like, and I think if she was not a white woman, she would have smacked her kids across the face.
Yeah. Well, I think if she was a black woman or a woman of color, everybody would have been like, oh, she's just a celebrity that's just, chastising her child. But because she's Britney Spears, and they're like, oh, Britney Spears can't chastise and discipline her kids. Yes, the hell she can. She's a mom.
Yeah.
And if your kids need to be slapped upside the fucking head, slap them.
They were just talking to her like they were grown. And I was like, oh, no.
And how old are her sons?
Like, they're young. Like 13, maybe 11, 12.
Oh, no. No, go back to your daddy's house if you want to talk shit. Bye.
I know, poor Britney. Wait, we're still Team Britney over here.
Absolutely.
All that to say.
Absolutely, because Kevin Federline, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he's a piece of shit for what he did. He turned them damn kids against her. I don't appreciate that.
His
anyway,
Von Dutch ass hats, bitch. Ed Hardy looking motherfucker.
Can't even dance. Ho. Anyway,
your name's Kevin. Stupid.
What have you been watching?
I haven't been watching a single thing.
Why not?
Because life. Am I right? Busy. Actually, the only thing I started watching was, I think it's called Cosmic Love on Amazon Prime.
Who's in that?
It's trash TV. It's reality TV, and it's a dating show. They pull these
I love these dating shows.
I do. It's like social experiments. I love it, but it's all based on zodiac signs. So they pull these 4 people, and they put them in a house with 16 singles, and you get to meet and mingle, but then based on your astrological chart, they make these pairings for you, and you spend 6 or 5 weeks in the house with these people.
So it's a big orgy.
Yes.
Okay.
But with astrology. Yeah.
An astrology orgy. Okay,
Yeah.
Well,
So that's what we're leaning into right now. My mind is like melting with how stupid the TV I'm watching is, but.
Well, I'll tell you what's not a stupid show. Okay. Probably one of the greatest shows ever. The Miss Pat Show.
I will give you that. I watched my first couple episodes of the Miss Pat Show today, and I was pleasantly surprised at how funny it was.
First of all, again, I am obsessed with Miss Pat. Y'all already know this if y'all listen to this podcast. I'm obsessed with Miss Pat. And this season 2, fucking hilarious. Like, if they don't win all the damn NAACP Image Awards and fucking Emmys and shit, like,
all of it, they
need to win all of it because her stories, first of all, are hilarious. But I love how the writers go in and out of this serious, stuff with comedy and Richard Lawson is in it. Beyonce's
stepdaddy, Tina's husband.
This episode was fucking hilarious.
I don't think I've ever seen him act. I just know him as Beyonce's stepdaddy, Tina's husband, Bianca's dad.
He's been in a bunch of stuff. Even one of his other funny movies was or funny scenes. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was. He played Loretta Devine's boyfriend in For Colored Girls with that Tyler Perry directed. And he came back and he was just like, she was like, I can smell that other woman on you. And he was like, baby, I've been eating donuts. I was like, Richard, what are you talking about?
I love that man.
But no, the season 2 opener, the opening episode of Miss Pat, oh my God. The second is how fucking hilarious.
I need to watch it from the beginning.
So they've already finished season 3, but I'm like, BET Plus, release the third season already. Come on.
Dude, I just saw that there's new episodes of Lock and Key.
Season 3, I haven't even finished season 2.
Same. I was like, first of all, it took forever for y'all to release season 2.
Yes.
I feel like that shit just came out and there's a season 3.
Did you see like the what is the thing called? The graphic for it? There looks like a demon man. I was like, where the fuck did you come from? I gotta go watch season 2. Because I've only watched like the first 3 episodes of season 2.
I think I only watched the first maybe like 4 or 5.
Yeah. But I need to get back caught up with that too, because it looks really, really good.
I know. I just like burnt out on it for some reason. Probably because what's her face was all, when they took her fear away, she annoyed the shit out of me. The blonde girl.
Oh yeah, the sister.
And then I didn't like her in the set because I was like, I have a bad taste from you without fear.
Yeah. I like the younger son. He's
cute. The best part.
He is. He's really cute. Because the other girl, the mom is what's her name from Scandal? She turned on Olivia, that bitch. Anyway, but it's okay. Neither here nor there.
God, the redheaded girl.
Yes, the redhead.
Amy? What the fuck?
Abby.
Yeah,
that was her name. Yeah. So she
Scandal.
Yeah, I still haven't forgiven her for what she did. Anywho, but neither here nor there. So yes, the Miss Pat Show, the second season has started and it's on BET Plus. It's freaking hilarious. I binged it in a day. So it came out on Thursday and I binged it the whole day and finished all 10 episodes. So she touches on a lot of different topics though. Like they really, they say in the industry push the envelope on these episodes. I mean, they talk about molestation. They talk about, women's rights with regard to abortion and just kind of like forgiveness and healing and all that kind of stuff this season, but in a very, very funny way, addiction and all that kind of stuff. So it's been hilarious. So you ready to go on to the Rehab Corner? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, let's go over there.
All right. So in the Rehab Corner today, we are talking about some interesting things. So first of all, I want to start off. I got an article. I was sent an article from one of my old coworkers. And
another Google scholar.
No. This was just a regular run of the mill article. Yeah, and I'm not going to post it just because it can potentially be a HIPAA violation. But one of my patients that I saw during COVID, who was probably one of my most medically complex patients I've ever seen. He unfortunately ended up passing away after receiving a double lung transplant. And so, it just, like losing patients losing patients suck, right? Mm-hmm. But then you kind of look back at like, damn, I put all of this work into this person for them to be able to live. And I know where he started from and where we got him to qualify for that surgery. And then for him to get the surgery and then be able to go home and thrive. And then now he's no longer here. It's just like, this is why I don't like medicine.
Medicine you gave him extra time he wouldn't have gotten.
That's very true, because I think back, and Kawitha and I were actually talking about this and how, we fought so hard for him because all the other signs pointed to just go ahead and withdraw care because he ain't gonna make it. And we literally were just like, listen, I get it. Y'all say every time y'all wake him up, he crashes and dies. Okay. I totally get that. However, let's just try. And if he crashes and dies, we won't do it again. Okay. And we go in there, they turn off his sedation, and guess what? He doesn't crash and die. And, it was a lot, man. That really kind of punched me in my stomach, because I was like, damn, we worked with this man for months. Like, like 4 or 5 months, something like that?
He was my first scary patient that I saw.
Because that was the one I told you. I was like, don't do it.
When I tell you I was a new grad, like fresh back in the hospital, finally had my own fucking license, all like pep in the step. And she was like, I need you to see this patient.
I did.
And I was like, I don't want to see him. He's on ECMO. She goes, I know he's on ECMO. I said, I haven't seen ECMO by myself in a long time. No, it's going to be fine. The only thing you need to know is you cannot roll him to his right side or he will die.
Absolutely.
What the fuck kind of rule is that?
Yeah. I was like, don't roll him to his right side. He's gonna flatline and he's gonna die. But don't do that.
She's like, but yeah, go ahead and get him up.
I was like,
everything's
you can stand
fine.
him, you can do everything else, just don't roll him onto his right side.
And she like pats me on the back. All right, have fun. I was like, fuck no.
I was going on vacation and I was like, don't kill my patient when I get back.
Y'all, I was tough. I was sweating bullets in that room. And she forgot to mention, she was like, and he's got some anxiety. No, he didn't have, bless his heart, he didn't have some anxiety. He had the worst anxiety I've ever seen in my entire life. When I told you it took us 5 minutes to stand, it took me 37.5 minutes to get him to calm down. And all I was in there doing was holding his hand. And like we had the fan on. Literally, he wouldn't let go of my, I held his hand for 38 minutes. Had to bullshit a charge for that.
Balance training.
Fair act. But my Lord, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Y'all put in a lot of work for that,
We
man.
did. Kawitha and I put in so much work with him. I remember even like FaceTiming the surgeon who actually ultimately performed his lung transplant. And, we were trying to do everything that we could to get him qualified, legally and all that stuff. And within reason and ethically. Because he did qualify and he was a perfect candidate anyway. But when
we'll attest to that in a court of law.
And the thing is, this guy was super tall, like way taller than me. He was like 6'4" or whatever, 6'5", some shit. Anyway, and so when we would stand him every day, like he never told us no, never said no. Anytime, like you could tell he was visibly exhausted and just at his wit's end. And he continued to just fight. And I mean, he was the best patient ever, the best patient. And he was only 36 and he passed away. So that kind of hit me in the gut this week. I was not prepared for that. That's why I hate getting text messages.
Once they leave and do well, you're like, no, okay.
They happily ever after.
Yeah, in your head. It's like the end of a movie.
Yes.
You never know what happens to the characters after that, but you're like, the last thing I knew, happy.
He was alive and well.
Alive and well.
Right.
All that to say, I don't think I would get a lung transplant if I needed one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I would do it.
Well, we've had some that have gotten them and done amazing.
It's just like, for what, like how many years am I really going to get to live? And I'm just going to be on hella anti-rejection meds, and it's so hard to rehab that, and it's such a shit life.
I mean, well, I wouldn't say that. I think it depends on what you have going on in your life and who you have in your life that helps support that process. That's why having like familiar support is so important and an intricate factor in getting any kind of organ replacements or organ transplants. I'm sorry. Because if you already don't have a quality of life and you don't want to fight and want to deal with that, there's no point in you saying, well, yes, I want to live, because you really don't.
If I'm over 35 years old, I'm not getting a lung transplant.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you'll change your tune at 35.
I would get a heart transplant, a kidney, anything else.
God forbid I needed one, I would get any one of them.
I just don't want to do it.
The lung transplant is just one of the most difficult because
I just feel like the odds are so like, it's just a tough transplant.
It is. It's the toughest transplant to ever get. And two, because I mean, I hate to say this, but the shelf life of the lungs is like 7 years.
Yeah. And
then you may need another one. So, or you're going to need another one.
I don't know that I would do it. It would be a very, like, I feel like a heart transplant, anything else would be a very easy decision for me. I'd be like, yes, let's do it. Sign me up. Yeah. We're good. A lungs would take me a beat to think about.
It seems like the kidney ones people recover from like that.
Like nothing. I guess because you already have one.
Yeah. And then livers too, because livers regenerate. So, but yeah, lung is one of the most difficult. It is the most difficult transplant to recover from.
Can you transplant eyes?
Yeah. Corneas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd do that too.
Yeah.
It's not vital. I mean, it's vital to me. Yeah, I know. But like
to your quality of life. Yeah, definitely.
But no brain transplants.
I don't know that that's been successful yet.
I don't think that's a thing.
I think they're in the process of trying to do it, but I don't think one has been successful just yet.
That is wild.
The face transplant has been done in the past like 2 to 3 years. They've had a successful face transplant. Yeah. And it hasn't rejected, which is good. But yeah, it just depends on what you want and what you have going on in your life and all that kind of stuff. I did also want to talk about one more thing in the Rehab Corner, and then we're going to let y'all go. So in the in social media news lately, there was this one particular nurse who's an ICU nurse, and you can tell she was probably on her lunch break on her break. She didn't have her badge or anything like that open, but she was recording herself. First of all, don't do that while you're at your job. Just don't. Number two. Says
the people who record themselves every week.
That's very true, but we don't do it at our jobs.
That's true.
But yeah, so she was recording herself, but then there was another nurse that was in the break room with her. And she basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, and I'll try to post a little clip if I can find it again, because they probably stripped it from the internet, but who knows. Anywho, so she basically said, if I get a patient with monkeypox, I'm not going in that damn room. Like, I'm not doing it. She was like, I've went through COVID. I'm not doing another fucking pandemic. Like, I'm not doing it. So the other nurse, who's not on camera, but you could just hear her audibly, she's like, yeah, the doctors and surgeons don't even want to go in there. So why do they think that we want to go in there? Like, that's not fair. Like, I don't want to get this shit. I don't want to bring this shit home to my kids, and we've already gone through COVID and da-da-da-da. So I think social media,
excuse me.
Social media was kind of like torn, because you had people in the comments that were saying, well, you signed up for this, so suck it the fuck up. And then there were other people that were just like, I totally understand. You were completely burnt out. I wouldn't want to touch anybody with any more extra diseases. What do you think about that?
You're not wrong. You do technically sign up to treat whoever the fuck comes in the door.
True.
That being said, I probably wouldn't feel this way if I wasn't so damn burnt out from the last pandemic, where y'all treated every healthcare worker like shit.
Exactly.
So, because in the end, no life is more important than another, meaning my life is no greater or lesser than yours. So if I want to take care of me, then I'm going to take care of me.
I disagree. My life is greater. I'm going to always protect me. I'm going to always save me first. Always. Always.
We're tired. People in healthcare are tired of having to deal with all the bullshit. And
here's the thing too that I think people in the public don't understand. Like, even if we signed up as medical professionals to go and deal with pandemics and diseases that could potentially kill us, the problem is the amount of disrespect that you, the public, continue to display by, number one, thinking this shit is fake, okay? Number two, spreading misinformation. Number three, not directly protecting yourself and spreading this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to sit here and say, well, y'all got pizza. You signed up for it. You got a pizza party. Fuck your pizza, bitch. Okay, we want to go home to our families and be safe. We don't sign up to die. It's just like the military, okay? Name one person in the military who signed up because they wanted to die for the freedom of this country. Not a single one. Most people went into the military, they want a Dodge Charger. They want an education. They want to be able to retire early. It ain't because they want to sign me up to die, boss. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? We as healthcare professionals do not sign up to die. Because if that was a part of it, listen, I don't even ride and die for my friends and family. What make you think I'm going to die for a stranger? I'm not going to do it.
No. For this measly check, absolutely not.
Hell no.
Not worth it.
These nurses, respiratory therapists, PTs, OTs, speech therapists, EVS workers, we're tired. I'm refreshed because I don't work at the bedside anymore. But everybody else, we were tired.
And stop telling me my options during an active shooter are to run, hide, and fight. I'm not fighting. Thank you.
Listen, when that patient was burning up on the neuro unit, where was Fleming? Nowhere to be found. You know why? Because I mind my business and I run.
Y'all are acting like, I don't even know.
It's weird. Like, you cannot sit here and tell healthcare workers, y'all signed up for this, suck it the fuck up.
I did not.
Because if you say that to every healthcare worker, and then every healthcare worker walks out and says, I no longer want to do this, the whole society will be fucked.
Truly.
So just be careful what you say when you say that to healthcare workers. Show people some grace, because y'all wouldn't have the balls to walk into some of these rooms that we walk in.
That's like a teacher getting fucking yelled at by a parent unnecessarily, getting their ass whooped, and y'all being like, well, you signed up for it. No, the fuck I didn't.
No,
I did not. It comes with the territory, unfortunately, but that is not my job.
Right. Would you say that about school shooters now? Would you say the same thing that, oh, well, if the teacher got shot, that's a part of the territory. You signed up to get shot. No, they didn't. That teacher signed up to educate the next generation of people. Just like people in healthcare, we signed up to help a population of people. We didn't sign up for all the extra bullshit that comes with it. That is not on us and not our responsibility. Let's be very clear.
I'm not saying you don't deserve medical help if you have monkeypox. I'm saying I may not be the one to give that to you.
It's just too much too fast. Like, we are not even done with COVID yet. And then here is something else that seems more like not deadly. I don't think monkeypox is really deadly like that. I don't think that many people have died from it, but it's traumatic. And it's just another added layer like, oh my God, we haven't even.
Can we catch a fucking break?
Thank you. We haven't even been able to recoup or restore I'm waiting from the previous one.
I'm waiting for the locusts and the lightning storms.
As my grandmother would say, we living in the last and evil days.
Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear the trumpets.
Girl, listen, Lord, I ain't ready yet. Let me at least get married and have one child.
My aunt always says, when you hear your name, just go. Don't think about it.
Unless you're in the Appalachian Mountains. Don't go.
Don't go. That's not a good place to be.
If you heard your name, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. If you saw something, no, you didn't.
That is a crazy place.
People actually live there. I think that's crazy. I bet you there's not a single black person.
We've talked about this, right? When I lived in that global village my freshman year of high school, when I had to go on that trip, and I was in the slums of Thailand. Yeah. I mean, of India. But one of the groups was Appalachia.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Okay,
part.
One of the groups there was like one that was the Mississippi Delta, and then one was Appalachia, and it was like trash.
No, crazy. I don't see why people still. Ooh, that's the blood of Jesus. Anyway, but yeah. So just have some grace for your healthcare workers. Like I continue to say this all the time. We as healthcare professionals, we work in the business of service. We are not servants.
Amen, sister.
We work in the business of service. And even though staffing issues is none of y'all's business, right? You know, our pay is none of y'all business. It's a personal problem for us, but it's a personal problem that unfortunately, indirectly affects the way that healthcare is delivered to the masses, because there are other factors that are beyond our control that affect our everyday life. So just show grace to every healthcare worker.
Use hand sanitizer.
And Lysol. And wash your ass. Yeah. Stop touching shit.
And your hands. Ass then hands.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah. So, I just pray that I don't know if she lost her job or not. I hope she didn't lose her job, because she was just giving her personal opinion, and, you know, she didn't have like any identifying information on her that, you know, reflect her job or where the company that she worked for. So,
can you imagine if you had monkeypox or something and you walked in and it was that nurse taking care of you?
I'd be like, girl, I understand. I ain't want it either. I didn't want it either.
Yeah, no one wants monkeypox.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like when you get patients who understand where you're coming from as a healthcare professional, because you'll have these conversations with patients, and you'll just be like, "Listen, it's not you. I hate my job today," and they're like, "Child, I totally get it. I hate mine too, girl."
Isn't that the best when you have a patient who's being an asshole and you're just like, "Sir, I don't want to be here either."
Right.
But I have to do it.
Suck it like, the fuck up. Just let me get my productivity, and I can tell the doctors I was here.
I'm like, if you stand one time, I will leave and I will genuinely never come back to this room.
I'll discharge you from my service.
You tell me your first and last name and squeeze these fingers, I'll get the fuck up out of you.
And then the thing is, they end up liking you and like, are you coming back tomorrow? Fuck you, Mr. Johnson. No, because you made this eval hell. Like, God damn you.
It'll be like Thursday, Friday. They'll be giving, they're just like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm like, is there anything I can say to make you get up out of this bed? No. I'm like, peace.
And I used to tell patients all the time, I'm not about to beg. It's Friday. I'm not begging you to get up.
Any hesitation is a what?
Denial and a refusal. I used to tell my patients all the time, any hesitation on Friday is a refusal. Patient refused PT services.
The best is when you're fucking over it and you're like, listen, you don't have to do therapy. You could tell me right now to leave the room and I'll leave.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
And that's when they start backtracking that shit. I'm like, you have been fucking refusing to get out of this bed for 20 minutes, and now I'm like, you don't have to do it. And they're like, well, are you going to tell the doctor?
Yes. Yes, we are. Well, do you want to go home, sir? I'm going to go home with or without your evaluation. Right. Okay.
Good luck.
Then at 3:30, hey, can you go back? No. Nope. You'll get seen tomorrow.
We can't send the patient back without your eval. Oh, really? Now you want it? He did not.
No, he wanted to talk big shit before I came up in here while I was up in here. Keep that same energy, sir. See if your ass go back to your sniff now, motherfucker. But no.
You live here now.
You live in I see you now.
You live here. This is my town. I'm the big boss.
Remember I used to tell patients, you can have either door A or door B, and there is no door B. They'd be like, they let you talk to people like this? Yes, they do.
Oh, who's gonna stop me, huh?
You're on medication. Who's gonna believe you?
Why don't you get up here and fucking tell me something?
Yeah, I can walk by myself. Show me, Mr. Johnson. Like, show me.
If you can walk up out of this hospital, you can leave.
Exactly.
Well, are you gonna help me? No,
I'm not helping you. You talking big shit. You do it yourself. But anyway, we went on a whole rant that we weren't supposed to. Anyway.
This job is a fucking... this job is very hard.
And it was so funny because one of our videos recently kind of... I don't know if you call it going viral or not. I think if it hasn't hit 1 million, you haven't gone viral. But anyway, we got over almost 400,000 views on this video. And so people were all in the comments like... Why not go to PT school? Because we talked about the 5 things that we would not do as PTs and OTs. And everybody was like, well, not PT school, because I want to go to PT school. I was like, listen to the podcast.
And you'll know why.
Don't do it. Don't
do
it.
I had a patient this week. I asked the physical therapist who saw him earlier that day, how did he do? He goes, he's fine. He's standby assist. They've been trying to get out of the hospital. They've had some hangups, but he needs to leave. He's trying to stay a little bit. He needs to go. He's walking on his own. He'll do fine for you. I said, perfect. When I tell you I get in this room, this man acts like his legs have been chopped off. His arms don't work. So he makes me touch his neck. This man is 300 pounds.
Oh.
His gown's all hanging out. Okay. He's making me lift his fucking heavy ass cellulitis legs. And I was just like, I know for a fact that an hour ago you were up walking on your own, and then I get in here and you act like this, and that's why this job is so fucking frustrating. Because I'm like, I didn't want to touch your 77 weeping pound leg.
Yeah.
And I know you can do this on your own, but here I am, and you're just like, oh, I can't fucking move. It's like the worst.
Because patients they think that we as clinicians don't talk to each other. Mm-hmm. Like we all have access to your records. So we're all reading the same thing about you. From the doctor that comes in there just like, hey, how do they do with you? Horrible. They're trash. They're this, they're that. Or you walk in after the doctor's just like, good luck. Anytime a doctor tells you good luck with a patient, you already know you in for some bullshit.
The worst is when you ask the nurse, hey, can I see your patient? And they're like, mm-hmm. And you're like, ah, shit.
Go ahead.
That's, mm-hmm.
If you want to.
Yep.
It's the if you want to.
And you're like, oh no, I don't.
Like if they do get up for you, can you do X, Y, and Z? No. I'm not doing anything extra with this person. No, absolutely not. But yeah, patients. It's not easy being sick. So we're not complete assholes that we are not empathizing with our patients. However, just as healthcare clinicians are assholes, so are patients.
Also, my thing is, if I walk into your room in a good mood, it's because the person before you didn't piss me off. Yes. So I need you to pay that same courtesy to my next patient.
Yeah, pay it forward.
Don't be an asshole.
Definitely. But anything else we need to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
I don't either. And it's just downstairs, but still, I still don't want to go. The weekends, listen, the days are long and the weekends are short. And I'm over it. CERN, turn that damn machine back off. Whatever the fuck y'all did, y'all fucking up some shit.
Some Wizard of Oz shit.
It's insane. All right, y'all. Well, y'all have an amazing week on purpose. Don't forget, if you want to listen back to both of our episodes with Ignite Your Why podcast.
Yes,
they are available on all
streaming platforms.
Yes, under Ignite Your Why.
Ignite Your Why with Austin. Great podcast. Super cool concept and idea.
Absolutely. We had a fun time interviewing with him separately. Yeah. That's the only thing we're going to do separately. We're not going to be Desus and Mero. We're going to stick together. And yeah. So
she's rubber and I'm glue. No, that's not right. No.
I thought we were peanut butter and jelly.
There you go. That sounds better.
I'm peanut butter because I'm browner.
But anyway. Jelly because I'm...
You're not sweet.
Sweet.
No, definitely not.
I'll rot your teeth.
Yeah.
I'll give you diabetes.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have an amazing week on purpose. Y'all remember to spread love.
Spread light.
And don't forget
to laugh your face off.
Hey, did you guys enjoy this episode? If so, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, including
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. New episodes are released every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.